Hello and welcome, viewers of this video. My name is Chris, and you can find me on YouTube as PoobedUpCheese. I hope you're having a beautiful, positive, and healthy 2019 so far, and today I have a very special video for you. January 29th marks the public release of the third installment of one of gaming's most highly anticipated titles, Kingdom Hearts 3. This game for me and so many others is one of a scarce few that is loaded with enough nostalgia and memories to resurrect a childhood filled with both innocence and ignorance. Kingdom Hearts comes packed with a storyline that is mystifyingly complex, yet it draws upon so many simple lessons parallel to the lives that we all live. I know I'm being overly dramatic and cheesy. I'm gonna go ahead and blame the surreal soundtrack and the conceptualization of themes that pop up in each game. This game deserves every bit of eloquence and articulation that I can provide, and I need to do it justice. Now, the gameplay and footage isn't exactly chronological, and I'm going to be focusing primarily on Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2 that were released on console, with information to fill in the gaps from all the various other mobile games that were released after the fact and in between games. This fictional piece of work all started with tales of a great Keyblade war. This war was fought over a weapon that could be used to gain access to a single world withholding omnipotent wisdom, light, and power. This world was known as the Kingdom of Hearts. It was a place where the hearts of all that was living coexisted in peace and harmony. The main antagonist of this series goes by the name of Xehanort. Xehanort is a Keyblade master looking to harness the power of Kingdom Hearts for himself. Now, his initial intentions were unclear, but he desired to balance the forces of both light and dark. Xehanort went mad with this power and theorized that in order to recreate a key that could open the Kingdom of Hearts, he would have to combine a heart of both pure light and pure darkness. In order to do this, Xehanort diabolically ripped his apprentice in half, creating two versions of his previous self, Ventus, whose heart was made of pure light, and Vanitas, whose heart was made of pure darkness. Now Ventus, with the heart of pure light, runs away to seek out a proper Keyblade master, where his destiny clashes with two of Kingdom Hearts' other main Keyblade apprentices, Aqua and Terra. During the trials, one of the protagonists, Terra, falls short with the delineation that there's too much darkness within him, when in reality, it's Xehanort who is manipulating the three and using Terra for his selfish, power-seeking purposes. In the meantime, Vanitas, with the nefarious heart, is gaining strength by his master's side while he wallows in this darkness. Terra, who is ignorant to Xehanort's ploy, is looking to find him to seek out more knowledge of the trials and become a righteous Keyblade master. Ventus follows suit, and while pursuing Terra, he musters up enough strength to match the potential of his darker counterpart. When the characters finally encounter, Xehanort and Vanitas overwhelm the protagonists, and Xehanort absorbs Terra's heart by killing him. Xehanort observes enough power between the light and darker halves of his apprentice, and he attempts to combine their hearts to finally forge the Keyblade that is capable of opening the Kingdom of Hearts. I realize there are a lot of names and it's very difficult to follow, and I still don't completely understand it as I'm explaining it, but essentially Xehanort is trying to use everyone to open the Kingdom of Hearts for himself, and these three protagonists are trying to stop him. Now, he does succeed with his nefarious plan. He combines the light and dark hearts of his once whole apprentice and restores the key to open the Kingdom of Hearts. Xehanort's victory is short-lived, however, as Aqua, alongside another badass Keyblade-wielding master, Mickey Mouse, stop him and shatter the mystical blade into 20 parts. Fast forward quite some time now to Xehanort's fall and recovery, he, with Terra's heart inside of him, run into a scientist by the name of Ansem the Wise. Xehanort loses his memory, but through his experimentation with Ansem on darkness's effects on the heart, start to implement a technology that eats away the very essence of the surrounding worlds. Xehanort theorizes that he can rip himself in half, creating a heartless form known as Ansem and a nobody form known as Xemnas, the antagonist in the second game. He does this for a lot of different reasons, and it involves time travel and all this complex stuff that I don't have time to get into. But it leads to the first game, where Sora, Riku, and Kairi get their world eaten by this darkness implosion. Now, somewhere along an alternate timeline, the original 3 Keyblade apprentices, Ventus, Aqua, and Terra, have reached out to these new protagonists, and they survive because they are the chosen Keyblade wielders. Just as total and imminent destruction washes over Destiny Island, Kairi's heart fuses with Sora's, and they barely make it out alive. Sora ends up in Traverse Town, a world with other refugees whose worlds were destroyed, where he finds Donald and Goofy, Mickey Mouse's mage and knight. All the while, Riku, who sees Sora's new friends, gets envious and starts getting manipulated by the wrong crowd. Maleficent, who's working for Xehanort, convinces Riku that the only way to restore the heart of their friend Kairi is through pure dark power. All this is happening while Xehanort's heartless form, known as Ansem, is seeking out the 7 princesses for their hearts of pure light in hopes that they can be used to reforge the key to Kingdom Hearts. After several badass and whimsical encounters with various Disney-themed worlds in the first game, Sora, Donald, and Goofy hop from planet to planet, locking in the light with Sora's newfound blade. They eventually land on Hollow Bastion, which is really the destroyed remnants of Kairi's home planet, once known as the Radiant Garden. On Hollow Bastion, Sora encounters his long-lost friend Riku, who's being possessed by Ansem, which is actually Xehanort's heartless half, in order to kill Sora to use both his heart and Kairi's heart to reforge the blade capable of opening the door once more. Sora, in a foolish yet admirable attempt to resurrect Kairi, sticks the Keyblade to his own heart, sacrificing himself and releasing both of their hearts, which restores Kairi and turns Sora into a Heartless. Because Kairi's heart is one of pure light and one of the 7 princesses needed to restore the Keyblade's 20 parts, she is able to bring Sora back, but not without consequences. You see, this process creates an alternate version of themselves known as Nobodies. Sora's nobody existing with the name Roxas, and Kairi's nobody existing with the name Naminé. Sora then chases the heartless forms of Xehanort known as Ansem, who is insanely close to opening the door again, and he does. The explosion of initial light from the door kills Ansem, but the threat of the lingering darkness flooded into the ether is way too risky to keep the door unlocked. Sora, Donald, and Goofy, with the help of Riku, who is no longer possessed, and King Mickey, are able to seal the door and thwart Xehanort's plan once again. The first game ends with one of the most heartfelt goodbyes that you could imagine for a game that's Disney-themed with Japanese artwork. I'm gonna let this one sink in. The first game ends with the trio wandering around, finding Pluto with a note from King Mickey, implying that their journey is not over and that there is more work to be done. Now, if you weren't confused enough already, Kingdom Hearts 2 starts you off playing as a previously unmentioned character named Roxas, who in reality is the nobody form of Sora and the byproduct of him ripping his own heart out of his chest. What we didn't know at the time is that Roxas is actually living in a simulation created by Xemnas, Xehanort's remaining half. Xemnas is looking to use Roxas as well as 11 other nobodies to embody the 13 parts of darkness that would clash with the 7 hearts of light from the princesses to restore the key to Kingdom of Hearts that was shattered during the Great War. All throughout the second game, Naminé, Kairi's nobody form, is being manipulated by Marluxia, a member of Organization 13 run by Xemnas. Naminé is forced to rewrite herself into Sora's memory and take place of Kairi. This all happens throughout another mobile game, and while Sora climbs through what's known as the Castle of Oblivion, he nearly loses his entire memory. The only way to get his memory back is if he marinates in an incubator for several years. During this incubation, Xehanort is rebuilding the Keyblade and manipulating all of the nobodies around him. Meanwhile, Riku is confronted by Ansem. Now, I don't know which Ansem this is, whether it's Xehanort's heartless half, or a part of Riku that he hasn't released since being possessed by Ansem, but he's told that the only way to bring Sora's memory back is by sacrificing his counterpart and nobody form, Roxas, the protagonist from the beginning of the second game. Roxas is going through a journey of self-realization, and he has to come to grips with the fact that he is just a shell of Sora's body. Roxas encounters Diz, who is actually the real Ansem the Wise in disguise, alongside Naminé, and he sacrifices himself to bring back the memories of Sora. Organization 13 is thriving at this point, and they kidnap Kairi in order to use Sora to unlock enough hearts to open an alternate version of the Kingdom of Hearts. Naminé breaks Kairi free, and the two Nobody forms merge back with the main protagonists Sora and Kairi. King Mickey and Ansem the Wise have been working tirelessly, and they built a machine that will attempt to encode this fabricated Kingdom Hearts into data. But it backfires and explodes, shooting Sora, Riku, and Xemnas, Xehanort's Nobody form, into the ether. After defeating Xemnas, once and for all, and destroying the Castle of Oblivion, the two friends find themselves banished to the in-between, to a world of pure darkness. Once there, they're stuck in purgatory and have a heartfelt conversation that reignites their friendship. We're left to believe that they will remain there forever until a hallucination of Kairi, disguised as a message in a bottle, washes up on shore and opens a door back to the light. The original trio are reunited once again back on their restored homeland, Destiny Island. It's not long before Kairi gets word from King Mickey himself that once again there is more work to be done. Another game foreign to mainstream console involves the three enduring a rite of passage and becoming true and wholehearted Keyblade warriors themselves. You see, killing Ansem and Xemnas, the two halves of Xehanort, actually brings Xehanort back into existence, and the battle is not over. Kingdom Hearts 3 will tell the story of how the great prophecy unfolds when the 13 fragments of darkness and the 7 hearts of light clash to reform the Keyblade and restore the Kingdom of Hearts once and for all. Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to be epic, and I want you to join me on this journey. I'm going to be doing a Let's Play of this series as soon as it releases, and we can find out how the prophecy unfolds, hopefully, and it will finish the series once and for all. Thank you all so much for your viewership. I sincerely appreciate it. I hope to find you in the next video and the upcoming Let's Play. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week, and I will catch you all in the next video.